Hello. I lives. Sort of. Yeah. So, basically, I'm going to be going over my issues with Elden Ring Nightreign. Um, yeah. Here's the thing. Honestly, I played it for 4 hours, and I didn't want to play it any more than that. Now, let me just make something very clear here. This, probably more than any game before, really does demand having friends on staff. Playing it by yourself, as I was, is very unfun and makes all the problems that already exist in the game, for me, makes them impossible to ignore. By a lot. As I turn on the volume, and let me just make something clear here. Let me just clarify myself first, okay? I don't necessarily think this is an awful game per se, but I do think it is awful for me. It doesn't mesh with me very well pretty much from the start. Like, and we're not even exclusively talking from like a critic standpoint. I'm talking about from critic and gameplay. Just overall gamer standpoint. It does not mesh with me well at all. It is a terrible start for me. So, let me go over what's been done different here. In this game, you get no say in your armor. You don't. Okay. That sucks. You also get no say in really your weapons. Now, not in the same way as armor. When I say you don't get a say in your weapons, it's because what you find in the game, what weapons you find, get out of chests, what weapons start with what ashes, so on and so on. Those are all randomized. Great! Because I am so well known for having such good luck in games. Okay. So I don't get a say in my weapons really because it's going to be randomized in what I get. Not a great start. Well, the thing is that's the warm-up. What items you find. Randomized. Okay. Your stats, you get no say in. Fuck. So far, unless there's some changes that happens at some point, which I'm not enjoying myself enough to really consider doing, or testing that myself. So far, it looks like the mission structure is you are in a basically Monster Hunter style box. Go find the monster you're supposed to be killing. Good luck with that. Also, you have a timer on top of that. Motherfucker. Here's the thing is, I don't like timers in any game. To me, they're almost always a problem or something stupid. There are sometimes an exception, but those exceptions are rare for good reason. Basically, this game is a game where you have a timer. Defeat the opponent before 3 times it turns to night. That's right, you have 3 times it turns to night until it's all fucked. Until you are doomed. You have 3 nights. Okay. Not great. Not a good great, no. You have no say in so much of the aspects of your character to the point where honestly, this game never once felt like an Elden Ring sequel. It more felt like some rando wanted to force in a ton of Monster Hunter restrictions into Elden Ring. And for me, it doesn't work well. I said it. For me, it doesn't work well. To me, it actually ruins the game. All these restrictions, all of these things taken out of the player's hands do not benefit it at all. In fact, if anything, all they do is streamlining it so much to the point where I'm no longer having fun in it, and I'm no longer feeling like I'm playing an Elden Ring game or even a Souls game. I don't feel like I'm playing either of those things. That's not good. I honestly, if that's not enough of a reason where I'm not enjoying myself and I'm not feeling like I'm playing an Elden Ring game at all, it's also an Elden Ring game where unless you play as the Ranger or unless you are disturbingly unnaturally good, guess what? It's going to be hard to have fun in this one. Not like Elden Ring where it's like you have to work for the fun, okay? Or something like that. No, I mean, like, honestly, I do not enjoy it at all. It doesn't feel like it's my character. I don't feel like this is a character I'm enjoying the playing of, and this character, I cannot have him use what I like because it's completely out of my hands. And I have no say in his stats, so even if I wanted to try and fix his problems I'm having with him right now, I can't because I get no say in it. Then you have all this restrictiveness that, again, all this restrictiveness, all it makes me think of is kind of a linear Monster Hunter. It makes me think of the Monster Hunter of old, where it was tiny box. Find the monster within the box, then go to the next box. I don't really enjoy it. The when the night comes and it would start raining and monsters would ambush my ass and I would have this closing in dome kind of made me think of a crappy Fortnite. But honestly, what aspect of this for me was Elden Ring? And the answer is none of it really. Other than the rehashed weapons that are all cut, copy, and pasted. And I don't really see anything so far. And again, I didn't just play it for a couple minutes. I played it for 4 hours, beating my head on a wall, not having any fun, questioning what part of this is Elden Ring other than the ripped out assets. The copy and pasted shit. That's kind of my problem, though. I'm not really enjoying it. I don't feel like it's Elden Ring at all. I feel like it is someone's crappy attempt to try and take the closing dome of Fortnite, take the entire old, long forgotten box structure for friggin' Monster Hunter, and tried to shove that in here into the Elden Ring world, with all of the skill and subtlety of a jackhammer. I'm not having fun, but I also am not feeling like I'm actually playing Elden Ring at all. That's the thing. It's not bad enough that I'm not having any fun of any kind. I'm also not feeling like I'm playing what I was expecting and was sold on. I was sold on an Elden Ring sequel, so I expected it to, be an Elden Ring sequel, not this gimmick. And not even a good gimmick, really. Some people might be able to find something or find a way past the things that pushed me away. And for those people, good on you. I'm happy for you. I can't, though. Especially since, honestly, it almost seems like they added in this multiplayer focus, but they didn't actually add it in a way that's actually beneficial or is useful to Elden Ring. They just shoehorned something in that they threw a dart at to decide on. It doesn't feel like it's actually for Elden Ring type multiplayer still. It feels like it is someone else's multiplayer that they kind of jacked and are shoving in here without any thought. This is multiplayer from old Monster Hunter games. This is multiplayer from Monster Hunter, not multiplayer for Elden Ring. You see, that's kind of the thing, the point that's missed. They didn't need to be aping other multiplayers. They didn't need to be aping past multiplayers. They needed to be making their own multiplayer that functions for Elden Ring. And that's not what's done here. Honestly, this thing misses the mark in so many places and is just so very, very much not Elden Ring. I don't want to play it. And I'm glad I didn't buy it. There were countless times where I thought about purchasing it, pre-ordering it, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because honestly, it's not that good for me, especially. For me, this isn't what I was wanting or looking for or needing. This isn't, for me, this sure as hell is not an advancement to Elden Ring in a way that was needed. It more feels like a detour that no one asked for and honestly not really needed. I don't feel like it benefited the game after 4 hours. I feel like, if anything, all these detours just kind of turn this thing into something else. It doesn't feel or play Elden Ring at all. For me, at all. Maybe that's mitigated if you have friends who are constantly always at the ready on the same system. Maybe it's better then. But I'm not going to be going in and pretty much holding a gunpoint to none of my friends saying, hey, get this on this system so we can play together. I'm not going to do that. Now, even if I do find out later that, oh, don't worry, crossplay's coming. Well, crossplay coming isn't a solution. It doesn't make it more Elden Ring just because you finally added the thing that should have been in forever ago. The reality is that what Elden Ring needs isn't copied over multiplayers from other games or from their past games. Elden Ring is Elden Ring and needs its own multiplayer designed for it, by it, with it in mind. Not what we have right now. I don't have any interest really to play Nightreign. I really couldn't stand my experience because, again, I didn't feel like I was playing Elden Ring at all. I felt like I was playing some weird wants to be Fortnite with its shrinking dome bullshit and wants to be freaking old Monster Hunter games with its multiplayer design. And boxes. No. Honestly, personally, if I had to choose between this or them just taking 4 more years to make an actual Elden Ring sequel that still feels and plays Elden Ring, I would say take the 5 years. Because I'd rather an actual proper feels like Elden Ring sequel as opposed to this, which doesn't really feel Elden Ring at all. I don't really have any desire to play it. I'm kind of disappointed. And I think instead of actually really playing it myself, I think I'll just say screw it and watch on YouTube. Because that's honestly going to feel better than, playing it myself. I'm not going to give a score here. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm very disappointed, and this is not what I was wanting, needing, or asking for by any stretch. So yeah, and I probably pissed off a lot of people, but that was my experience. From beginning to end of my experience. I don't want to play it no more. And not even because of difficulty, just because it is not Elden Ring. And it definitely does not feel like a game I'm willing to spend any money on, much less spend $80 on. No. Absolutely not. Well, we'll see how things go. I'm going to go, especially since I just woke up not long ago and am hungry. Say la vie. Bye bye.